When I talk about investing and not letting money sit in the bank to stagnate, I don't always get a positive response. Many people hesitate due to fear of losing money or thinking it's too difficult. But there's one objection that stands out. I don't have money. But is there really a minimum capital to start investing? The answer is yes, but things are more complicated than they seem. The key point is that returns are percentages, not fixed amounts. The initial capital plays a huge role in how much we can earn. This is why questions like how do I make $1,000 with $50 don't make sense. The starting capital matters. Let's say I have only $50 to invest. Historically, the stock market has given returns of 7 to 8% annually. If I invest $50 for 20 years at an average return of 7%, I would end up with about $172, making only $122 in profit over 20 years. While this might seem disappointing, it doesn't take into account costs. Even with the cheapest brokers, there are fees involved, like $1 per transaction, which can make small investments less practical. Additionally, some brokers require self-reporting taxes, adding further costs. So, what's the minimum capital needed? For a single operation with a $5 fee, an investment of at least $2,000 seems reasonable. If you plan on investing monthly, $200 month or $2,400 year would be a more sensible starting point, considering transaction fees. Now, let's consider effort. To learn the basics of investing, let's say it takes 30 hours of study. If your time is valued at $10 an hour, that's $600 worth of effort. To earn that back, if you start with $1,000, you'd need a return of at least 4.81% to break even on your efforts. A higher investment of $2,000 would make it easier to justify the effort, as you'd need only 2.66% return to cover the cost. Therefore, the minimum amount for investing could realistically be around $2,000. But what if you're just starting out with a smaller amount, say $50? In that case, investing small amounts can be helpful for educational purposes to gain experience without risking much money. By starting small, you learn the ropes and develop the right mindset for investing. Ultimately, the minimum capital depends on your goals and whether you prioritize learning over immediate financial returns. If you want to gain experience and learn, you can start with virtually no capital. However, for long-term returns, around $2,000 is a reasonable starting point.